Hello, children. Let me tell you something about bullying. You bullies out there, you better watch out. The Hulk's coming. He's coming. He sees you when you're sleeping. You think you're a bully? You're not. You haven't met a bully till you've met me.
Bullying to me is someone being threatened, someone being taken away from their regular, normal part of life.
I think bullying at any level is unacceptable. Some students may be able to take quite a bit of harassment. You may have that one child that just a little bit sets him off. I think bullying should be completely not allowed.
Bullying is when a person causes physical or mental harm to another, such as name calling, spreading rumors, hitting or shoving someone, or sending a text or posting messages.
Bullying is anyone taking advantage of someone else for personal gain, either physical, mental, or psychological.
The most common type of bullying, I would guess, would be for expression of schools. I think that we manage the physical bullying a little better and don't see the verbal stuff. Verbal bullying can, we can do that on the internet, phones, whatever. So I think that's probably the most common. What crosses the line? I think that depends on the individual. I think that depends on the relationship. You can make fun of me for not having a lot of hair on the top of my head. But if I just met you, that might make me mad. So it depends on the relationship that each person has with everybody. I don't know if you understand what I meant, but so it not only depends on how an individual reacts, but it depends on the relationship they have with the person bullied.
But in reality, bullying, although it is a laughing matter sometimes, is serious. People have died from it. People have suffered all kinds of emotional distress. I joke around with people, but you have to know your limits. I don't joke with some people because I know they could take it home with them. And sometimes humor is good, sometimes it's very deadly. You have to know when to use it.
We don't disagree with bullying, guys.
Bullying's bad.
Why? Because people's feelings.
I think bullying is when people make fun of you for being Filipino.
I think people only do it because they're like, it sounds really cheesy, but they're insecure about themselves, so they have to like go down and make them feel good. Only help people, don't put them down. It's just like cultural.
Makes people feel like better about themselves. Have to make fun of people. Makes you feel a lot bigger. Makes them feel smaller.
Can you cut?
Bullying is bad. You're here with Rick James, aka Ricky Bobby, aka Bobby Mosby, aka Bobby Joe Mosby. Just got a lot of nicknames. But bullying is bad because it hurts people's feelings and it can physically and mentally hurt them, and they can end up being hurt in the future and have a bad life.
Is when people start crying.
That's right. I think it's all well and fun joking around, but people start, like really being bothered about it. They got something to draw the line and knock it off.
Things that happen in politics and on television, if you're watching it, it's bullying every single day.
We talk about this all the time. I mean, we've developed a culture of bullying in so many ways, and I just want to thank you for the work that you've been doing with It Gets Better, because we need to start sending different messages to our kids. First of all, we need to let them know that it does get better, that the challenges they face for the few years that they're in high school or college, they can't let that eat them up, because all of these young people, regardless of their race, their sexual orientation, they are gifts to us, and they have so much to offer. And it's just terrible to find out that kids are letting this part of their life define everything about who they're going to be. But it's also up to us as the adults in the room to create the safe environments for our kids. And what I tell my kids is that it is their responsibility to not stay silent when they see something like that happen. And I think that that's a really good part of this campaign. We're telling kids to speak up, we're telling others to speak up, and we're telling the adults to look out for kids. We're all they have.
And to tell, yes. And I think also, like I said, you turn on the television and all you see are people judging other people and people being negative and being so nasty. And I think we have to act as a role model and to say, if kids see adults treating each other that way and saying bad things about other adults, and then why wouldn't they say something about and understanding that we're all equal and we all deserve to be treated with respect.
And the fact of the matter is that we're here trying to make this country better, all of us. And I don't question somebody who disagrees with me politically. I don't assume that they mean our country harm. And I think we have to give each other the benefit of the doubt. And if we start doing that in the political public discourse, then kids will follow our lead. They will follow our example. But we've got to set it. We've got to start now.
Absolutely.
And who ultimately took their own lives. As a parent of 2 daughters, it breaks my heart. It's something that just shouldn't happen in this country. And we've got to dispel this myth that bullying is just a normal rite of passage, that it's some inevitable part of growing up. It's not. We have an obligation to ensure that our schools are safe for all of our kids. And to every young person out there, you need to know that if you're in trouble, there are caring adults who can help. I don't know what it's like to be picked on for being gay, but I do know what it's like to grow up feeling that sometimes you don't belong. It's tough. And for a lot of kids, the sense of being alone or apart, I know it can just wear on you. And when you're teased or bullied, it can seem like somehow you brought it on yourself for being different or for not fitting in with everybody else. But what I want to say is this: you are not alone. You didn't do anything wrong. You didn't do anything to deserve being bullied. And there is a whole world waiting for you, filled with possibilities. There are people out there who love you and care about you just the way you are. And so, if you ever feel like because of bullying, because of what people are saying, that you're getting down on yourself, you've got to make sure to reach out to people you trust. Whether it's your parents, teachers, folks that you know care about you just the way you are, you've got to reach out to them. Don't feel like you're in this by yourself. The other thing you need to know is things will get better. And more than that,
For some, Challenge Day means a closer look at old labels. For others, it means a close encounter with their worst enemy. The day starts with games to loosen up the uneasy crowd. Then, people start getting real.
I think the barriers came down when we all started crossing over that line.
Please cross the line if you've ever felt hurt or judged because of the color of your skin. Please cross the line if you've ever been teased or hurt because somebody thought you were fat or too big. Where did we learn to judge people's bodies? Where did we learn to be so mean?
It's like a habit, just making fun of each other. It's like something that comes natural. It's like something I never thought about.
Feel so alone. Like I'm the only person in the world that feels this way, and it doesn't even matter. It's not important. It's not important. Well, maybe because I'm not important. I'm screaming out, doing everything in my power to be heard. Yet even silence is louder than my screams. What else can I do to be heard but to tear down my world, break apart my life, die. God, I just want somebody to listen and to not be angry that I'm not content because I'm not. I'm not happy. I feel like I'm stuck in a world where no one wants me. In a world where I'm so completely different, I can never fit in or be understood. I can scream as loud as I want to, but the screams will always fade because because no one really knows how to listen. Maybe this will show.
It just can be lethal. We realized that, and had always told Ian that even the kids that were bullying him were in need of help too. But how far do you let that go before something happens?
First and foremost, I hold myself completely responsible for what has happened to my son. Ultimately, my son's safety rested in my hands. I was responsible for my son's safety. I don't hold.
That's a harsh thing to say about your son.
I'm his dad.
No, but he's on the wall.
It's my job to protect him. No matter what, no matter where he was, it was my job to protect him.
Realize that the reason that Ty committed suicide was because of the bullying at school.
Pretty much instantly. On my drive home. You want to learn what bullying and suicide's all about, you talk to the people directly who it affects the most. Call the parents, have them come talk to you. I'm not saying I would, but I know many of them that would jump at the chance.
Penny for my thoughts, oh no, I'll sell them for $1. They're worth so much more after I'm a goner. And maybe then you'll hear the words I've been singing. Funny when you're dead, how people start listening.
This nation was founded on the belief that all of us are equal and each of us deserves the freedom to pursue our own version of happiness, to make the most of our talents, to speak our minds, to not fit in. Most of all, to be true to ourselves. That's the freedom that enriches all of us. That's what America's all about. And every day, it gets better.